Joining us now is one of Maine's 2 Democratic members of the House of Representatives who is reportedly considering running for the Senate seat. But why take reportedly for an answer when we can just ask her? Congresswoman Chellie Pingree represents Maine's 1st District. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Do you think that the National Republican Party and Maine have become a bad match?
Well, I do think Olympia Snowe was accurate in her reflection of the fact that the party had changed, she hadn't. And, you know, in her statement and speaking to her on the phone, I think she found this, you know, just untenable. I think you did a great job explaining the fact that it's the Republican Party that's gone to the extreme, while Democrats have actually gotten more moderate or conservative, or at the very least stayed the same. It's made the Senate a very difficult place to operate.
Is it a place that you might ever want to work? Are you, in fact, thinking about running for this seat?
Oh, I am absolutely thinking about running for this seat. You know, this isn't anything I was contemplating. You know, as of yesterday, we had 2 U.S. senators who were going to stay for a very long time. But we've been flooded with calls and emails and people offering to help. And I think people understand nationally and certainly in our home state, this Senate seat could tip the balance or make it possible for Democrats to stay in control in a time when Republicans have gone way too far to the right for my state or for any other state, frankly.
Speaking to the state of Maine right now, obviously a lot of liberals from the state of Maine watch this show, but we hear from a lot of conservatives too. If you were making your case to the voters of the state of Maine right now, would you tell them that as a senator they should expect you to be essentially a moderate in keeping with the record of Olympia Snowe, who's basically a moderate in her own party, although she's leaned further and further right in recent years? Or would the state of Maine expect you to be a strong progressive in that seat?
Well, I've been a strong progressive in the House. I was previously in the Maine Senate, and Maine has chosen to re-elect me over and over. So I think that I reflect the views of many Mainers, but I think we look at it a little differently. We're not a hyper-partisan state. We're a 3rd Republican, a 3rd Democrat, a 3rd Independent. We like Olympia Snowe. We like Chellie Pingree. So the fact is, people in Maine, they look for common sense solutions. They look for people who will reach across the aisle, find common ground. You know, we're a state, I think, that in the long run wants to fix the problem, not get stuck in ideology. And I think that's what people want you to run on. They want you to talk about what you've done, your record, you know, the things you're engaged in, fighting for the middle class, clean energy jobs, health care, you know, things that matter to everybody that aren't really left or right. And I think they want us to move beyond political ideology, constant elections, you know, one fight after the other. They want things to start being fixed and feel good about America and feel good about their children's futures.
Because of that reputation that the state of Maine has, and that I think frankly a lot more like that than get credit for it in the country. I think that reputation is why it was so surprising in 2010 when Maine elected not just a lot of Republicans at the state level, but elected a Tea Party guy, pretty extreme far-right guy, Paul LePage, to be governor of the state. Republicans took control of the House and the Senate there. How has Republican governance at the state level under Paul LePage and those Republicans at the state level affected Mainers' view and your view of the 2 parties?
Oh, I think it's gotten people feeling a little frustrated with the Republican Party. And remember, we put Governor LePage in the State House with 38% of the vote. It was a 3-way race. You know, that can happen in Maine politics. You get an independent, a Republican, a Democrat, and you end up electing somebody that really doesn't reflect everyone in the whole state of Maine. I think people are very frustrated about that. I spent all Sunday at the caucuses in Maine, even before I knew I was considering this seat. And the fact is, people, they're frustrated, they're tired, they don't like the agenda of the governor or the way that our legislature has moved too far to the right. I think they're ready for a big change, and I think we're going to see a lot of changes in this election cycle.
Congresswoman Chellie Pingree, Democrat of Maine. A lot of attention going to be paid to you in the next few days as you make this decision. Thanks for talking with us about it tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Chellie Pingree telling us she is definitely considering this. I should also say the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, this is hot off the presses, just launched a website tonight that is called draftpingree.com. Look, there it is. In less than 24 hours since they put this up, more than 5,000 people have signed up to encourage Chellie Pingree to run for the Olympia Snowe Senate seat in May. All right, we will be right back.